This is an extraterrestrial object that people in this country can never escape from in their lifetime. Some have become overnight millionaires because of it, while others have regretted it deeply. Every moment is a gift from extreme cosmic events to Earth. It is concentrated, extracted and synthesized, and approved by my mother-in-law. Now it has become an indispensable strategic reserve between countries. This is electrolytic gold, which ranks at atomic number 79, and has similar chemical properties to silver and copper atoms, and has similar thermal and electrical properties. And the activity reaction is low. You can even find the original veins of gold in nature. As early as the late Neolithic period more than 6,000 years ago, humans used it as an ornament. Entering the Bronze Age, the value of gold was magnified again. It was not until the 7th century BC that Lydia, now Turkey, began to use gold and silver alloys to make currency, called electronic gold, which is one of the earliest known metal currencies. We must know that gold foil is not formed spontaneously on Earth. They are heavy elements born in cosmic astronomical events, such as supernova explosions and neutron star mergers. After the rapid neutron capture process, elements rich in neutrons and heavier than iron are created. They were dispersed into the universe in the form of interstellar dust and gas. When the Earth formed, these heavy elements, which are denser than iron, settled into the Earth and its crust. The entire Earth contains about 4.8 billion tons of gold, with 4.7 billion tons located in the core. Later volcanic eruptions and tectonic movements brought some gold to the shallow surface, forming natural veins rich in rare metals. And today's main focus is this gold mine located in Albazino, Russia, which has a name that every Chinese person is familiar with. Yaksa, meaning the place where the carbon is washed in Manchu. This was during the 17th century when Russia expanded eastward into Siberia. They managed the Heilongjiang River and other river basins. The Treaty of Nerchinsk caused Russia to withdraw until the Qing dynasty's treasury was empty and funds depleted. Russia expanded again and forced the Qing dynasty to sign the unequal Treaty of Beijing. Large areas of territory north of the Heilongjiang River and the Ussuri River have been ceded. Actually, it's quite unfortunate for this land because it has particularly rich mineral reserves. Not just gold, but also natural gas and oil. But history cannot be changed. Now let's return to the video. After the screening is complete, we move on to the second round of crushing. First, we transport the gold-rich ore into the rolling drum, and then we add uniformly sized metal balls, each weighing 8 kilograms, with a total of 35 tons inside. This process refines the rock into a powder at the micron level through impact, and after mixing with chemical reagents, it transforms into a thick, black liquid. It floats to the surface in the form of foam, while the excess impurities in the ore can settle down. We call this process flotation. But you'll find that the concentrated liquid still contains a lot of moisture, and at this point, the filter press plays a crucial role. Once the clean water is removed from the slurry, the result is solid mineral powder. Gold ore looks nothing special in appearance, but it is mixed with a lot of sulfides. Only a high temperature of 500 degrees can cause the pyrite and galena in the Jingjing ore to undergo oxidation reaction under the action of air. Roasting is to remove excess impurities in the gold ore by desulfurization, effectively improving the purity in the subsequent smelting process. Now, the intermediate product after roasting is hoisted and transferred to a large truck, ready to go to the next factory. And can you imagine that there is a 440-kilometer difference between the two factories? When we arrived here, the temperature rose significantly. As expected of a major oil-producing country, each bag here contains 14 tons of gold ore powder, all of which are high-purity raw materials after extraction. Next comes the pressure of emotional charity, which is an indispensable part of the spellcasting manager. You should know that cyanide solution cannot dissolve gold at normal temperature and pressure. In order to speed up this process, the factory is equipped with a high-power autoclave. According to engineers, the working pressure of the autoclave is basically between 10 and 30 atmospheres. Over the years, it has developed quite a bit of rust inside, but that doesn't affect its dissolving efficiency because the cutting heads can be replaced. Just look at how worn out this thing is, yet it's still in use. Now, let's understand how the high-pressure leaching equipment works. First, the gold ore is injected into the tank, and then a suitable amount of water is added in proportion. The entire process must be maintained at a pressure of 20 atmospheres, and then the water temperature is raised to 200 degrees. Once the right conditions are reached, the sulfides will oxidize and turn into soluble substances, releasing the gold that was trapped within. So, the autoclave acts as an accelerator for the reaction, not just for gold, but also for other precious metals treated in the same way. However, in this makeshift workshop, it's not possible to refine everything at once, so preparations are being made to load it onto a ship for the third factory. It's hard to imagine that to produce gold, one has to travel thousands of kilometers back and forth, and at this point, the autoclave along with the ore powder weighs over 1,100 tons. Every step is taken with great care, especially when passing through residential areas where the entire road lights up green for him. After 3 days of transportation, we finally arrived at the third factory, which is also the step for electrolytic gold. The gold ore slurry is injected into the tank, along with sodium cyanide. Dihydrogen alloy salt is stored in the solution, injected into activated carbon, and then gold is adsorbed onto it. After waiting for the reaction time, an electric current is introduced to allow the gold to adsorb again. Additionally, there's the zinc powder replacement method to create gold mud. Both methods are suitable for processing low-grade gold ores or complex ores. Especially for low-grade gold ores containing sulfides, sodium cyanide can effectively improve the recovery rate of gold. After relying on smelting to dissolve the gold powder into a solution, the next step is to cast gold bars. Gold bars are the original form of shipment from the factory, and you rarely see such rough bars on the market. To ensure the solidification of gold bricks, the entire process must be completed at the required temperature of 1100 degrees. After years of exploration, the master craftsman ensures that the weight of each gold brick doesn't vary much, often maintaining around 9 kilograms, which is a total weight of about 18 pounds or 9 kilograms for a single brick. You hold her in your arms and she weighs more than a newborn baby. So you understand why Jin sank into the river. The main reason is that it is too dense and heavy. But at this time, the gold brick well contains 73.5% pure gold, 7% silver, and the same amount of other trace elements. So in principle, this is a piece of rough gold, and you want the purity to reach 99.99%. Green gold acid is used to electrolyze the gold chain. Gold is used as the anode. Through electrolysis, the gold ions at the anode will dissolve into the electrolyte and deposit high-purity gold on the cathode. After this step, we will get pure gold with a purity of more than 99.99%. The researchers in the picture are analyzing the next mine, which includes detailed analysis of elements such as gold, silver, copper, nickel, and lead. According to the staff, analyzing the ore veins is based on a comprehensive assessment. If it is determined that this mining site can meet current demand, extraction will proceed. But if it doesn't meet the necessary requirements, it will be kept as a reserve mine.